where I'm telling you, like, some of this stuff runs so deep, okay? Like, I'm not caring at this point, because it's like, how far these people will take some stuff. And like I said, some people be thinking that they life is like real mundane, or like, nobody's really paying attention to them, or what's going on, or stuff like that. Y'all need to understand, if you getting gang stalked, people willing to like change your information, and they willing to like change your information, go as far as, try to make you look crazy and stuff like that. This is where you need to know and understand that people will take like crazy measures just to be like, we got to protect this person by all means. Like, how, like, I'm gonna use Donald Trump as an example. When he was getting into place and he got into presidency and stuff like that, you had people sitting there like, we got to protect our Donald Trump by all means necessary, okay? And when that happened, everybody seen that, KKK rallies and all this other nonsense coming on here again. And I will say her name until y'all go ahead and investigate this little heifer, because she ain't who she hyped up to be. And just because she been in this position, what, but my oldest is what, 16, so she been in this place for 16 years now. Basically, baby, we not fit to make it to no 20 years where you fit to get the break and all this other stuff and all your little tax breaks and stuff like that. It ain't happening, not on my watch. And how far you went to take this stuff, and how, well connected and well versed you been in this system with everything, it's gonna be a dead giveaway. And the fact that she wears this particular perfume, whether people know it, or pay attention, or someone's starting to pay attention to some shit, like, trying to protect her by all means necessary. When it came to her, coming into position, she was on TV. Oh, it's Donald Trump. He's such an angel, girl. Anybody that's been from New York already know that man is about his paper. He don't really, care about nothing. But you supporting a motherfucker that's like literally on TV talk about grab her by her pussy, and he talking about that to his daughter. That's when I knew, like, you put two and two together. A lot of people don't know how to do, put two and two together. This man said this publicly on television, and you supporting it. Yeah, something wrong with you. But then it was like I was like, let me do some digging. So I'm looking at his first wife, Jonathan Kane. So her name is not no longer Pastor Paula White, is now Pastor Paula Kane, right? And I'm digging into him, because I'm like, for somebody to stick alongside this person, you have to be benefiting off of this. Now, like, when I tell y'all that these pastors and in some of these churches, not all, because some people be like, I ain't ever gonna go back to church again. Not all of these churches are into that, okay? Not all of them, okay? Now, some of these major big churches you got to look into. All right, cool. Like, Joyce Meyer, she cool shit. Joyce Meyer learned her lesson eons ago. Like, she'll be like, what? Like, if she knew how deep some of this shit go, yeah, she'll get her plastic surgery. Yeah, she still cuss and have her drink from time to time. Joyce Myers, yes, she do. You know what I'm saying? Whether she gonna say it to you, but she might talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what? If I'm in a position of power and I'm supposed to be ministering to these people's spirit and to their soul and getting them back on the right path and doing the right thing, shit, you gotta be open and honest about what it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here and be trying to put on a front or a show about something who you not. Joel Osteen shit. That's why he's sitting down a little bit like, wait a minute, hold on, let me reobserve some things. It's a big time Indian pastor. I don't remember his name, but he kind of young, but he ain't young. I want to say he about his probably in his 40s, getting close to his 50s. But excuse me, confirmation. But when this stuff start going on, like I say, these people be having truckers. They be having chief of generals and stuff like that of uh police departments, hospitals and stuff like that. But when it came to her story in particularly, stuck out to me years ago, and I'm talking about years ago. Like, I know the feds probably got a piece of my old Facebook where you can look at the fact, like, I kind of like felt like I resonate with her because it was like, damn, her story. I remember her telling her story, her testimony at the church, and I was just like, yeah, she been through a lot of shit, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the beginning she was doing the right thing, but then it was just like something just wasn't right. It just didn't sit right with my spirit with her, and it was just like, she'll make some quotes, and I'll be like, damn, that's a dope ass quote that she made. Like, yeah, okay. I used to root for Pastor Paula White. I used to, but then it was just like something was real sketchy about her ass, and I was like, something not right. And then it was like, okay, well, let me look at the story. But then around that time, it's like, damn, why you switching husbands? Like, she switching husbands, or courting, like she switching draws. And then it was like the type of people that started coming into the church. I was like, damn, that person looked like an old pimp. And then it was just like how she took over New Destiny, because it was called New Destiny Christian Center before she called it the City of Destiny. Okay, now how Pastor Paula White took it over, the owner used to be Pastor Zachary Timms. How he went out, it let me know right off the rip it was a scandal. Off rip. Because I was like, this man is fighting way too hard to get where he's going. But then it was just like, I guess like the funding or whatever it was that he was needing to build up the church, it was just like, I guess, networking or something like that. But it was just like, maybe she came about two times. On her third time, the third time that she came around, I had noticed. I don't know if nobody else had noticed. It was just like, damn, why he looks so exhausted. But then it kind of let me know that either he was either on something really heavy, or either something was being given to him, and it just didn't sit right. And then it was like the guy, he had this big ass mole on his nose. I don't remember his name. He wore glasses, he had curly hair, and he had a big ass mole on his nose. He did not sit with my spirit at all. He'd be like, let me pray for y'all kids. And I was pregnant at that time. I was like, don't touch me. And then he was like, well, why are you all up in here? Because I remember I was like, you supposed to be a minister or something? Or you looking to become a pastor? And I knew with him, I was like, yeah, your ass is in some grimy shit. This is like, and I'm talking about, this is way back in like 2006, 2007. And this is when me having my oldest daughter, okay? And I'm talking about, I was in there. People knew who I was, but it was like, once they started recognizing who I was, that's when I know my auntie was starting to run her mouth around the church, like, ooh, don't be around her and stuff like that. But at that time, she only had her BS in, okay? So she was just, filling people out, filling things out. Cause I know how my auntie moves. She's the low key one. My mama's the one for the streets. So when they gotta come together and it comes to money, like I can really hear it's like, my money looking funny. They fucking up my money. Like I can hear these people having these conversations. These truckers, like, damn, where the hoes at? You know what I'm saying? I got this job because y'all told me all the hoes was here, and I could be using them on my truck and go and taking them, across state and go getting some funds up off of them, on top of them already getting contract. Like, motherfucker, why would you want to run some shit like this? You already making anywhere from 2,000 to like 10,000 a week, depending on who you working for and who you lucky to get a contract with. Shit, felons, you just not gonna get as many contracts from like government systems and stuff like that, due to the fact, you a felon. Government is not gonna want to work with you like that. But if you work for somebody, they probably dispatch you, some bullshit orders or whatever. So towing companies, they got car rental companies involved. Like I know, like I said, I told you I was brought up from the devil's playground himself. Like shit, I was brought up from the motherfucking devil, the she devil, okay? And just seeing how the game was ran, because it was like basically I was clipped onto her hip. Because shit, if I could get some money up off of you, that's why I tell people, when you taking certain pictures of your kids and y'all putting that shit on the internet, on the black market, depending on how cute or how beautiful your kid is, how you got them dressed and shit like that, motherfuckers is making tens and thousands of dollars off of just selling your picture on the black net for your kids. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be no motherfucking secret, but people be trying to pretend like it's not. And it's like, you should be able to tell, who are these people that, look kind of weird or a little wonky and shit like that. Like, if you ain't watched that movie, The Sound of Music, that should be enough for you to see some shit. Like, it runs really fucking deep. And with him, back to, past Apollo White, Kane, however the fuck you want to call it, her husband, he married something similar to his first wife. I think her name is like Tanae something. But just look up his name and look up who his first wife is. She used to be in the industry. If you catch my drift, okay? I don't think she was out there like that. She probably did like maybe 2 or 3 videos back in like the early 80s or mid 80s, okay? So it's like her videos is like vintage. So that's why I was getting vintage videos a long time ago. And she came like, I don't know if y'all heard of Academy Bikini. She was, model body. She was like that basic blonde hair, big boob, nice body woman. She gives me like Pamela Anderson vibes, but Pamela Anderson took on Jonathan Cain's first wife's vibes. Like, she was the original. Like, before Pamela Anderson, she was the original. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing Rodeo Drive, like, she know how to get her money, she know how to get her coin. Like, that woman is set, okay? Her sugar daddy or whatever, she's with some kind of million or billionaire. But her knowing what he's into and how far she was going, that's why they divorced. That's why when you look at when they got married and or divorced versus the question mark for married, it's sitting there like that for a reason, because it's like, shit, for her protection, she's under a non-disclosure. So it's not shit that she could really speak up on, because shit, who wanna fuck up their money? I don't blame you, but I'll be the voice for the people that who can't speak up, and I know y'all appreciate it, and I know, them trying to block my content on, TikTok, trying to block my content on YouTube. You can only hold it for so long before people get curious enough to know what the fuck is really going on. And like I said years ago, when I was going to New Destiny, I'm telling you, the Demings, they used to go to that church. The senators, commissioners, they all used to go to New Destiny, because at that time he was thriving to become one of those mega churches. Okay, when he was coming up, Zachary Pastor Timms, he was on. When I say he was well on his way of being that actual mega church. Now, had he not got involved with these folks, he would have been good to go. Like, okay. And his wife, they got her ass, well, the widow, they got her ass under that. But it's like low key, without her speaking up and not wanting to fight, because I feel like she's like, I got a comfortable life, why would I want to fight or anything like that? And then it's like how much money they may have came to her made her not want to look into that. But it's like, I'm hearing Zoe, I think the daughter's name was Zoe. It's like somebody felt like something was off. It wasn't right. Now, they may have had their little spouts and stuff like that during their marriage and stuff like that. Or I'm hearing promiscuity going on during that time. But it was just like, either way it goes, they were, secret swingers. I mean, shit, I spotted that a long time ago. I could look at a person and tell you who's in the swinging, who's over there is in the, be making videos and stuff like that, and still got their regular jobs that they go to. Shit, it's police officers that y'all be some surprised. They'll just record, because a lot of people don't pay attention to like they tattoos or certain things like that, or they got tattoos but they got it in particular parts of their body where people can't see it, type shit. And it's like, I got an eye for that. Like, so that's why when people be sitting there like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I want to be, if you don't get your fake ass out of my face. And it's just like, I know how to be professional, and I know how to be cordial. But if I'm eyeballing your ass for a long ass time, and it's like, I know when a motherfucker is lying. I know when you playing on my time, and I know when you're attempted to try to play on my top, like, oh no, we wouldn't do anything like that, and we don't do those kind of things, and our people don't act like that, and we go to church and we're Christians. Baby, that shit went out the window like 20 years ago for me. Like, I know, like, my grandma was a fucking deacon of a church. She put me on. She was a lesbian. Her friend that, she had for years, that was like her secret lover. But it was just like, she didn't want to be judged, but she had the spirit. She was anointed to be able to give people life advice and stuff like that. And that's why, like, people be like, oh, well, you can't. Well, you not really supposed to be on the fucking pulpit if you into that, because basically you're still being contained by, actual demons, and you haven't fought that off. Now until you got the self-discipline to understand, like, hey, that was part of my life, it was fun, why it lasted, it just is what it is. And you got to get, like, if you call yourself aligned with God, that kind of stuff, like, you can understand, like, hey, I had my moment, it was fun, it was great, what I'm saying, doing something like maybe every now and again, once a year or something like that, or just to be spontaneous and stuff like that. That's why there's levels to shit, and that's why there's people and places for things. Shoot, without the, they say sex sales, it do. However, it's people that got jobs and they're completely okay with doing that. That's them. That's them willing to sell their body. That's them willing to be that vessel, to take on, that demon for that night. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Hey, we paid our way, and you go on about your day. So it's just like, some people don't understand and underestimate the fact that everybody got demons. Everybody's not meant to be judged. The only person that could judge you is the creator. I am not the creator, but however, the creator will bestow upon potential people to place that judgment in people's lives. And you want to know how he do that? Like, how they know my sins, how they know my secrets, how did they know I said this, how did they know I was thinking this, how did they know I was feeling that, how did they know I was about to say that, how did they know I was about to do that? Because the creator will bestow upon you what it is that people are wrongdoing towards you, around you, and he feels that, hey, you are strong enough to be that anointing, to be able to speak on this is what is going on. And people fail to realize that shit. Take your ass to that fucking, to a real pope. Take yourself to a real Catholic pope, from like a real Vatican pope. The Vatican popes are the only people in this world that holds the true key, outside of the Russians and outside of the Ukrainians and outside of I would say Israelis. So the Middle East, not the Jewish folks. The Jewish folks just got smart enough to be able to have strategy. Period, point blank. No hate, no shade. Jewish people just know the strategy to financial and business gain. However, they are the leading people to understand these biomechanics and remote viewing and computer and technology, but they have to work with the Middle Eastern people. They have to work with the Hindu Indian people, the Chinese and stuff like that. That's just how all that shit just works, and involves everything. It's, I don't know why people try to pretend like, oh, well, that's not what they showed me on the news. Are you fucking, like, y'all are stupid fucking idiots and imbeciles to me. And that's why it's like, I do not crave to be around human beings, because it's an annoyance. That's why when people come to talk to me and it's just like, and it's like, you can't help everybody. Like, I could see somebody getting ready to do some stupid shit, and it's like, motherfucker, you fit to be arrested. You about to be in prison in about point two, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't give a fuck about that. Like, oh, you tricking. I can see when a woman about to go trick. I know when they about to go get pimped out. You know what I'm saying? I know a pimp, a pretend pimp when they want to be a pimp. You know the hard pimps when you see them. Like, it's rules and levels to every single piece of a game when it comes to, oh, they do OnlyFans. They on the hub. Oh, he's the chief of police, but that's his mistress over there. You know what I'm saying? That lawyer over there, like, it's giving me some Wolf on Wall Street top vibes, where Leonardo DiCaprio, like, his wife was, really good taking care of the home, but shit, while he away on business and stuff like this, he at the hotel doing all this, BDSM, and, with his pay, prostitute or whatever. It's just, people got kinks and stuff like that, but it's like, some of this stuff just be parts of trauma that they had that they don't speak of. And some of these people be growing up in, like, really, really good homes, very healthy homes. And then it's like, dang, what made you turn into, want to, like, what's his name? Jeremy Heimer or Dimer or whatever the fuck his name is. Or the one kid, he was so mellow and calm, but the parents found, like, a chopped off head in the room or some shit like that. Like, y'all are a little thrown off. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it makes for me. It'll make complete sense. Like you could give me anybody, and I could tell you like how far it go. Like, oh, that motherfucker lost his soul when he was like 3 years old. Oh, that person lost his soul when he was like 12 or 15. Oh, this person lost their soul like you. It's no coming back. Once that soul is lost, baby, ain't no coming back for that. But sometimes he is the Elohim, the redeemer. God can redeem and heal a person, from when they lost their soul or when something happened to them, that could be redeemed. Just like when dude was trying to tell me, like, yeah, a pastor did this to me. Oh, okay. So you been getting pimped out since you was like 15 years old. Your mama and them knew, but they just, you know what I'm saying, it was money involved in it. And especially if you lived on the west side of town in Pine Hills, baby, they took full advantage of folks over there because they knew folks was struggling. They knew who was the tricks. They knew who was the pimps. They knew who was the madams. They knew, who was working at the massage parlors once they got off from their 9 to 5, working at techs and working at hotels and stuff like that. That's why I said there's levels to this shit. When you are well connected and networked, this is how they will move that shit. And that's why when people sit there and try to play like, oh, they trying to make me go crazy, baby, is no reason for you to sit there and baby, I ain't got no time to be screaming and hollering at you. Okay, just understand that every move that you make is called, these are my legal rights to do it. This is part of the first, second, fourth, and fifth amendment for me to do X, Y, and Z for my own self-protection and my own self-preservation. That's why when they feel like you getting close to figuring out the shit that they doing, they'll try to go after your money. So they'll get, involved with these banks. The biggest banks that they are involved in these days is like Wells Fargo. Out here is Sun Bank. What's the other one? Navy Federal. Because of course they get military people to get involved in it, DOD or government officials. So Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, Sun something Bank, and then what's that green bank? Regions Bank. Okay. These are like the four one. It's another one, TD Ameritrade. Those are like their top ones. And TD Ameritrade, they use that because they can use it to do transfers with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and shit like that. So it's just like I tell people, it's so many different levels to this shit because y'all be like, how are they getting this information and how are they exchanging this and this and that? Baby, it's no hidden secret about how they do this shit. Either you just gonna keep playing dumb and blind and keep allowing your emotions to run you, or just sit your dumb ass down and be more logical and understand you gotta be in logical mind when you're dealing with shit like this. Like, I can't be emotional. Like, you want me to cry? Like, okay, if my ex-husband do something, he unalive my kids, I already know like the lawsuit is gonna be way bigger than what it is. That payout, go ahead and add a few more million on top of that. Like, I'm not fit to be crying about it because it's like I know the Most High got my back, and how he got me is gonna have a lot of people sitting there knee deep crying, begging for mercy from me, because God gonna be like, you gotta go to her before you come back to me to ask me for that type of forgiveness, because how far y'all went to do that. God do not like you messing with his children. And I have children. I have a special needs child, and y'all took it this far. Like, are we gonna go ahead and go into the system? We're gonna make it seem like she missing her appointments, she not showing up. We're gonna show her that it's a no-show. We're gonna put on the system her old telephone number, then we're gonna put her mama's address, then we're gonna make it seem like, oh, she's starting conflict. We can create these messages. We can take clips of her voices of her saying this and this and this, and we're gonna take it to the judge, and we're gonna try to get this order on them, and then we're gonna try to get a cease and desist. However, you get the right judge, and a real ass judge that's gonna sit there like, wait a minute, hold up, start questioning shit. That's why in this instance I'm not even tripping, because it's like how states have been, certain states are moving, they are causing the big people to come in. They causing the DEA to come in, the marshals, the CIA, the feds. Like, y'all bringing attention. That's why it's like, hey, DeSantis, I tried to warn you. Sit on down, pipe down. You moving around a little bit too much. The what's her name? The green lady that just got shot down. She brought too much attention to Georgia State. You know what I'm saying? Like Florida, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, California, Kansas, Wyoming, New York. Like, y'all getting, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina. Y'all getting Arkansas, y'all getting unnecessary attention that y'all did not need. Where y'all been moving under the radar for years and years and years and years and years. Now it's like I keep saying that movie, The Sound of Music. You know how many kids they fit to rescue off that movie alone, and off of them investigating these states like, oh, we had kids missing from foster care. We getting kids illegally adopted. These kids, the kids that are becoming of age between 10 and 18 years old, they being trafficked. And this is their mentality, and this is what's happening. And y'all been screaming, what's going on with this generation? Go ask them lawyers, them CPS, DHS workers, real quick. Go ask them. These other people is just only involved because there's money in it. You just pay attention to the payroll, like, okay, this trucking company, this moving company, this company getting this kind of money. And then you got to look at, dang, these families is always flying to Puerto Rico. They always flying to the Bahamas. They always flying over here to this country. They always flying over here or something like that. Well, no shit, Dick Tracy. Oh, dang, this Veterans Affairs people and this one, how did they get that much funding to build up this and this? And it's like, wait a minute. That's why everybody started to get investigated. Well, y'all don't know yet because y'all still illegally surveillance trying to figure out how you're unaliving. That's why a lot of cold cases getting reopened. Like, why am I? Did I just hear something or somebody asked me a question, or your buddies from the chief of police or at the police station is coming to you like, hey, they such and such is fit to come over here and ask you about, this person passing away. You know anything about it? Yeah, they know about it, but why the fuck are you questioning me about it? Because you're new onto our new network team and y'all sitting here getting curious and shit like that. Yeah, because chatter, it's the chatter. But then it's like, now you came for a real anointed one. I might cuss, I might smoke my weed. However, the biggest part of it is I mind my business. I stay in my lane. I don't care what you do in your damn life. But then when you came for my life and you used that ugly ass ex-husband of mine and his mama and shit like that, baby, all I needed to do was just sit there and be quiet. That's why for all the years, like, she don't talk. She retarded. She crazy. No, motherfucker, I might be autistic, but I ain't motherfucking stupid. Is like, you wanted me to be a product of my environment? Shit, I paid attention to my environment. Observe, analyze, overanalyze, underanalyze, estimated, overestimated, and underestimated my whole environment. Research psychology, reverse psychology, dark psychology, light psychology, dream, metaphysical, esoteric knowledge, reverse psychology, all of that shit, due to the simple fact because I was like, oh, this is how it works. This is who they use. Shit, that's why the Spanish countries is now sitting there watching all of y'all do all this stupid shit. And they like, well, shit, how can we come up off of y'all dumbass motherfuckers? Spanish wars, Japan and shit like this. They like, well, shit, we still can get certain money. That's why you notice it's not like when you go on the hubs and stuff like that, a lot of Spanish people's pulling back from being on OnlyFans and on these sites and stuff like that. Cause it's like, shit, well, they selling us they kids from the United States. Shit, we could do this, this, and this, and this, and this. It's more money to be made when y'all sitting there making, everybody look like a fool and you surrounded yourself by one person and then you try to play, you know, MK Ultra control, which is a real thing. You can control people if they're not aware of their mental, emotional, psychological, if they don't know their anatomy, they don't know their buildup, they don't know their genetics, they don't know their DNA, or they just ain't got like real conscious, subconscious acknowledgement or awareness of what goes on in their environment. Of course, shit, you can get away with MK Ultra. Of course I can force you to, like, you need to get this injection. Well, shit, everybody that got it, the injection over there in Puerto Rico, shit, it makes clear fucking sense to me why the motherfuckers act retarded and was acting the way they was. I was like, because it was like one shop and one band. I was like, oh yeah, because y'all all was forced to get the injection, and then in order to work, they was forcing, like, you forcing people to get the damn COVID shot to work at McDonald's. Oh, you need to have this paper and this paper. Like, bruh, y'all are too advanced and y'all make way too much fucking money on this island to be acting stupid like that. And then y'all you gave me the dumbest fucking, like, Dr. Miranda, bitch, count your days. Y'all lucky it was like, oh, Sharita would have been came into the office so smooth and so cold, and I would have womp your ass real fucking quick. But it was just like, y'all wasn't fucking worth it, because I was like, shit, I'll take you down on a bigger level. I'll fuck up your money. Like, why y'all trying to fuck up my money? Let's do this in fucking return. Shit, I guarantee the same people that y'all sitting here trying to get all this big money from, that big money you was once getting, is fit to come to me. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Them lawsuits that you looking to do to me is about to be reversed effective immediately. Because these judges and these lawyers and this district attorney and the shit, you can even go up to the fucking president, Kamala, her motherfucking self, like, bitch, this motherfucker is worth a little bit more. Why the hell would I want to take her down? Shit, if we got agendas, shit, we can definitely use her. Well, shit, it's better ways to do some shit that you're doing than having to do that. And why use your own people when you can use the foreign motherfuckers that you bringing into the country? Like, duh. Why would, you know what I'm saying, and shit, if you looking at the criminal activity, you looking into the ghettos and shit, like, it runs a little bit bigger than that. Who cloned Tyrone? Shit, that was a big given. Ben Carson, shit, it ain't no secret. Ben Carson, he was a brain surgeon. Of course, he gotta, look into psychology. He gotta look at the appropriate work of, like, there's so many movies that I can tell you who's those stories were about. You'll be like, what the hell? The dude that was the sniper, where he ended up getting unalive from the little psycho other Marine, the one Marine that he was, he saved his team. Shit, he was what, a 4 or 5 man team, and he was like, yeah, I can help my family. He was sitting there getting his life in order, and his wife said something like, his wife, if she had followed her intuition that shit, her husband would still be here. But that man was like the sniper. But it was like, y'all couldn't get that man to override his morale to want to say, could you do this job? Y'all knew y'all wasn't gonna get him, so y'all sent in like, oh, this motherfucker, he almost off of his rocker. Ain't no medication, ain't enough lithium in the world that would have made that man understand, like, shit, of course, shit, if he got the jitters and always looking over his shoulder and he ain't trusting, anybody else, of course, I'll pay this family this amount of money. And when these people are desperate for money, of course, they'll send this in. Just like the same way when the father of my son, my disabled son, when he did that, it made complete sense. That's why I was like, you ain't gonna, no, motherfucker, no. My own, they was trying to keep me from parenting my kids. That's why she was able to flip my 16-year-old. My 14-year, well, he's about to be 14. Y'all wasn't gonna get to him. Like, my son is a mama's boy, and I'm a love on him all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably got to my daughters, but shit, bitch, I'm not fit to cry about it. You not fit to hurt my feelings. Shit, if I learned anything from the world, be attached but be detached at the same motherfucking time. So shit, what y'all gonna unalive them? You want me to cry about it? Okay, I'm gonna cry. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Shit, y'all already took my son for a sacrifice. That shit is real. That's why y'all was trying to make that boy Ryan Garcia look crazy. So like I said, it's so many levels to it. And a lot of people just feel like they don't know their worth. They don't know how far this stuff is going to go. When it comes to medication, like I said, them shipping medication, you don't ever know what they shipping. That's why I be wanting feel my shit right here in front of me. And then it's like, it gets to a point like, well, you're going through this emotion and you're a little anxious. You're a little depressed. You're a little sad, and due to your diagnosis. First of all, half the diagnosis that y'all bitch asses gave me, these doctors I never seen. Wazinski, I saw. Puerto Carrero, I saw. Castro, I saw. Now these other motherfuckers that y'all got put on here, Ziegler or whoever the hell else y'all was trying to put on my file, I ain't seen these doctors. I don't know who the hell they are from McKenna Pate. But complex PTSD, yeah, y'all motherfuckers traumatized me in that way. But I'm not for to be a victim to what the hell it is that you doing. Shit, no. I'm going to wise up. And I'm going to figure out how the fuck y'all running this dumb shit. And let's go ahead and flip it. So when y'all get ready to go take it to the court and trying to send me paperwork to cease and desist about what the fuck I'm talking about, the truth, you think you fit to punk me over some black and white? Because that's how y'all do it in the system when y'all taking these kids into court or putting them into Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Yeah, y'all bitches fit to be investigated. Bellevue, you fit to be investigated. What other children's hospital? Y'all keep playing with me. I'll call y'all out, and all that funding that y'all getting. These people ain't gonna really want to fuck with you like y'all doing this to children. Yes, granted, some of y'all are, affiliated with the black market. Yes, some people don't understand how far it is, but shit, compensate some of these people for what the hell it is that they need. They got lives to live. Shit, if you gonna be taking these people and these kids, family organs, give these people their money. Quit giving it to the fucking hospital. These doctors sitting here, they already make close to $1 million a fucking year. And then some of them that's making $1 million, it's like, how the hell you making that much a year? You ain't no damn plastic surgeon. So, I got questions. Then it's like, well, you know too much. Well, shit, give me a motherfucking job where you can give me a good salary where I'm making as much as you making. So I can go ahead and build up my career, my businesses, and I can mind my motherfucking business and stay the fuck out of y'all's. And y'all can learn to stay the fuck up out of mine. And we ain't, shit, out of sight, out of mind, minding my business and making my money. But sitting here trying to strategize or use these tactics, shit, I am not scared of no motherfucking police. I ain't did shit wrong. So only people, like I said, the only people that can be scared of the fucking police is the ones that's doing fucking wrong. The ones that be like, they doing shit wrong and they ain't flinching for shit. You either an informant, you a snitch, or you out here in this shit and you working with these motherfuckers and you paying their asses off. There's only three. Everything works in threes. You one of the three. You know what I'm saying? It's common sense. But somebody else will be sitting here like, oh shit, it was, oh, shoot, she really, really know. Like, oh, we was supposed to have put her on no shit. All that money y'all was supposed to have been giving me all the time where all these people's telling you, yeah, we were giving her money. What's $50 gonna do? What is $100 gonna do? Sending people like, oh, we're gonna use her heart against her. You gonna use my heart against me? Baby shit, I break my own heart every fucking day. So why the fuck do you feel like, oh, we're gonna send this guy in and try to shower her with this and then we're gonna try to flip her? I know when you trying to flip or try to, get somebody to revert or convert to something, to revert and convert, I know how that shit works. Oh, she's gonna want love. So y'all, some of these church folks be using divination. They be quick to talk about spiritual warfare. What you talk about spiritual warfare at the church when you supposed to be the creator? What? The Lord? Shit, if you go look up what the real definition and meaning and the etymology of Lord Vauquad or whatever they call that shit off of Shrek and shit like that. If you look up the meaning of Lord, some of y'all will be so scared like, oh my goodness, I've been saying this for so long, baby. It's part of ritual. If you understand esoteric knowledge and metaphysical science, then that's a whole different ball game. Then we can have a different conversation. That's why I don't like to have conversation with basic ass fucking people, because it's like, oh, you're surface level. Oh, you still watch the news. Oh, the internet is your life. No, motherfucker, the internet is just my life at this time because it's what's saving my life. So when y'all get ready to go do this stupid shit, your honor, my YouTube, I put it on YouTube and TikTok. I done put it on all these platforms. I put it on my Instagram. I had a Facebook once upon a time. This is how they doing illegal surveillance. This is how they making up that I'm talking to these people and this person. They sent and paid this person to come be over here. They've been sick, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? If STDs and stuff like that, they paid this person to say that I had, this STD and this STD, when I know my body very well. So when you're a healthy person and you know your body, you know how to take care of your body, and y'all sitting here trying to put this on paper to fuck with somebody's psychology, you can get that's personal injury. That's basic law. So it's just like, wait a minute, how does this person know all of these things? Quit having stupid fucking conversations and quit trying to make a fucking shit show, because I will make it into a fucking shit show. You want me to be a drama queen? Shit, I could be a drama queen on a whole different fucking level. But it's like, ain't no drama over here. Say the drama for your mama, because this shit, you gonna have to pay for all this motherfucking karma trying to unalive me, digging ditches, trying to get close. Like, if we can get her close to this water and get her to get out the house and go walk, like, bitch, I ain't motherfucking scared, but for the safety and security of my children, I'm gonna make sure that I go to this place and get their food. But shit, I gotta be mindful of what food I pick, how I buy my food, so my kids is not getting poisoned and they not dying and shit, and gotta be up and in and out of the motherfucking hospital because y'all go intentionally contaminate this shit. Like, hey, y'all about to send out this order, okay, and it's going to who? Like y'all trying to make sure it's not getting to everybody. But I guarantee it's fit to be some kind of case where a bad batch of food, drinks, something is about to go somewhere. Y'all thinking it's getting to me and it's getting to somebody else. That's just even fucking worse. So quit drawing more attention to you by sitting here harassing me, making sure that I miss my appointment. Like, oh, we're gonna make her look unfit. But I know that's part of my ex-husband's team because shit, the money that he may have left for my daughters and for my kids and stuff like that, because he seen that his grandson and his daughter wasn't shit. James Henry Taylor the fifth and Regina Taylor Parham. And then y'all, the money that my mama, my so-called mama, I don't even know if the bitch is my real mama. Sheila Rose, Carla Lynette Dawkins, Chapman. Yeah, the original name's Chapman. I tell y'all, don't play with me. Y'all, the reason why y'all used to want to keep me away because y'all already knew y'all could catch the fade. Y'all can catch that fade any day. And as I grew, and it was like, hey, that motherfucker strong as fuck. We ain't fit to do that with her because it's like I do not respect nobody that cannot just come to me as a grown ass man or a grown ass woman and have that conversation. Shit, if you don't like something, that's showing more of your immaturity. Where you trying to look for, we're gonna look for all her insecurity. We're gonna look to try to break her down. We're gonna look to take all this away from her. We're gonna look to do this. Shit, you took Social Security, you didn't took all my money, you didn't sit here and try to put more shit on my credit report so I can't get a fucking home and shit like that. That shit is showing on y'all. But when the Fed, the big people is actually observing my behavior and the shit that I'm doing, it's like, okay, well, shit, she's getting the stuff because hell, they need clothes. Shit, she's getting stuff, they need underwear. Shit, she's looking to go ahead and, oh, this is the stuff she's buying. Oh, because she's wanted to go to, y'all sitting here listening to my phone call. She want to go back to school. Shit, okay, well, she can't get this. Well, look at the app she's downloaded. Shit, she got common sense to be able to figure out how to get her money and do this. So if it ain't making dollars, it's not making sense. But shit, she can make plenty of dollars and cents, and she got a bunch of fucking common sense. But why is she being blocked from all of this? Why is this person not having the finances that she needs to get into this? Why is the transitional housing in that works for the departments of veterans, the SSVF program, why is it that they delaying trying to say, because it's like if you don't be in contact with your worker for a month, that's a grounds for them to try to kick you out of the program and shit like that. No, I'm going to read the fine print of every fucking thing. It's called read. Reading is fundamental. And a lot of motherfuckers just don't read. They want to be fucking retarded and depend on fucking technology. Yes, technology is great. It's cool. It does so many different amazing things. Not knocking it, but it still requires you to fucking read. You sitting here signing up onto fucking Facebook not knowing, hey, they can listen to your conversation, record your conversation, excuse me, your messages, and you thinking it's private and stuff like that, WhatsApp and stuff, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's confirmation of all these notifications coming in. What I'm saying is nothing but facts. And when y'all do the factual research, the statistical research of it, and you want to know how I understood this, it was two white guys that came to me when I was in Puerto Rico and I was on the go. And I basically, to me, yeah, they might have been, part of, a group or whatever. But I feel like the dude that was very nonchalant, Mr. Scott, he was dope as fuck. Regardless of, what he was into. And he might have wanted to act real nonchalant towards me. But that man, I guarantee that man got a whole different found respect for me because he understood, like, this man is going to keep trying to test it and see if it's a sexual advancement. But it was like, no, we got to take care of her. She's one of those smart people. And that man that I met, them two men that I met in Puerto Rico, they had a clear common sense. Like, this girl got more common sense than these people are giving her credit for. That's when I knew, like, as I'm observing them and stuff like that, his tattoos told me a whole story and then some. So I was just like, oh, okay. All right. Because he knew how to network. He knew who he could work with and stuff like that. And then, to do, boating and stuff like that, how people do, they record and do their dispatching from boats and shit like that. Like, it's a lot of things when people get into my energy. All you doing is giving me more ammunition to feed off of, and me to do more research and have clear understanding about how these things are strategically done, and how these people have these conversations, how do they go about and doing these movements and stuff like that. So that's why it's like mediocre conversation shit. Feed me more, feed me more. The more y'all getting on my social media, my content, feed me more, feed me more. That's all it is. All you doing is allowing the creator, your spirit team, your guys, your ancestors, to give me more ammunition to know your intentions, whether good or bad. That's why I know on the good aspect of all this stuff, Coy law firm and stuff like that, these people at law offices is like, I can do a lot with her. I can work with her. Y'all know I won't work for you. I can contract with you. I will not ever work for any fucking body. But I can, contract with you unless you got, it better be something creme de la creme. However, I know y'all not, what I'm saying, money talks. This in this day and age, money talks. Chicago is very prevalent in this stuff. But it's like, I know for a fact there's top-notch people that sitting here looking into me, and it's like, how does this person get her information? It's rare. It's a rarity, just like there's blood rarity. The same way y'all been looking at my genetics, looking at my blood, looking at my DNA, my dental records will tell you who I am, instead of this person trying to pretend that they fucking me. I still got my canines. They don't. You can look in their mouth and see that. I still got my canines. That's why it's like, shit. Y'all trying to make me insecure. Oh, look at her. She gaining weight, losing weight. She on it. No, motherfucker, I am clearly okay. Shit. Why is it that every time y'all look at going sneaking into my medical records and stuff like that, and it's like, damn, her blood pressure look great. She should be stressed out. Shit, my blood pressure should be over the roof. Hell no, y'all not fit to fucking stress me out because of y'all stupidity and your immaturity. Bro, I'm not immature. If you get out your fucking narcissistic, egotistical, prideful ass energy, maybe you can actually be more logical. I am being logical. No, you're not. You're thinking off of emotion, and you're upset because I struck a nerve. Simple. I'm gonna go. Well, since I struck a nerve, I'm gonna strike her nerve, and we're gonna use air intelligence. We're gonna use our noise control. We're gonna use that on a motherfucker that's retarded and just don't really have together. I'm not fit to be stressed. I'm not fit to be depressed over none of this nonsense that y'all sitting here trying to bring to me. For what? The fact of the matter, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. However, I'm a justful person. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If I did something fucking wrong and I did something fucked up, okay, shit, I'm grown enough and I'm woman enough to say, hey, I fucked up. A lot of women, like even married women, I'm not gonna say I apologize. Well, that's going to be your fucking downfall. That's probably why he's cheating on your ass. That's probably why he got a mistress or something like that. Because it's shit that you won't do that she's willing to do. What you won't do, do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. Yeah, that's why. That song came back out in my world between the 1968, 1975. So y'all, group of people that's been doing some shit since then. 1964. I'm as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give it from 1960 to 1980s. I'm gonna give up until 1995, 96 if you made me. Freak Nick baby if you gravy. It's just a lot of things. That's why it's a lot of things. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. California heavy, Snoop Dogg music industry. Like, I could pick up on any industry that there is. Big pharma, medical, science, research. Like, wherever the fuck you want to. Every time that y'all sitting there getting into my business, y'all be thinking like, oh, she don't know that I'm watching her content. The fuck I do. A hacker. I know hackers are doing it. I know people from cybersecurity doing it. I know people from DOD is doing it. Department of Defense. I know when all of y'all are all involved in this. I don't care if you're a governor, a senator, commissioners, I don't care what position you hold. I know that when you are in here. But I know that at this point, keep bringing me up, baby. You putting me in rooms I wasn't even supposed to be in. Bring it to me, baby, because it's like, Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I'm walking through death every fucking day, I will fear no evil, for thine are with me. His rod and his staff is protecting me. I promise you'll get in an accident, get hurt, get fucked up before you sitting there. Oh, we're going to send this kind of energy her way. We're going to call on Yemaha. We're going to call on Aphrodite. We're going to call on Hecate. We're going to call on, Horus. And we're going to call on this and this to do this to her. Something about peak meals. Y'all doing all this shit and you sending them my way. And the more you sending them my way is the more that they sit there and say, hey, that's our kid there. Or the ethers. Etheric things is real things. Shit, that's why Elon must be like, I'm on a new level. That's why that motherfucker's on a whole new level. That motherfucking Hungarian. Shit, looking at them, the Hungarian theologists, philosophers, Scientologists, and doing the research on it. I did that shit, what, 2020, 2019 or some shit like that when I was looking into them. It's like, oh, okay. Okay. You gotta know. You gotta know certain things. Shit, I wish I had more access to more books. That this shit would just open me up to so much more information. And like I feel like I'm so limited right now with, like, I know it's so much more information to get to and there's more books to look into. However, I feel like I just don't have that access, in which y'all trying to hinder me from getting to the library and getting me from certain places, or try to seclude me. Shit, it's just gonna make me more curious. Shit, all I gotta do is say, okay, eventually when I get a chance to, I can get to this. Shit, even if you put a person in jail, shit, you just tell them, hey, you make a request, they get the book to you. Half the damn wardens and COs that work in the fucking place, they fucking retarded anyway. So it's just like, well, why would this person want to read this book? Shit, the only thing they're accustomed to when people are in jail and prison is like, they're going to want to read up on law. Yeah, of course you're going to want to read up on law, because it's like, shit, you reverse the law. Shit is reverse psychology without them knowing it's reverse psychology. But shit, you get more common sense when you just pay attention. To me, all this shit is common sense. To another person, it may not be common sense. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But my common sense is not the next person's common sense, and I got a clear understanding. And just because I have a heart doesn't mean the next person is gonna have a heart. Like, I'm easily able to forgive people. Like, dude did what the fuck he did, but it's like, it is what it is. Carry on, whatever the fuck. Looking to make me jealous, shit, you gonna look stupid. You gonna hurt your own fucking feelings. And it's like, I really could have been this person's lover or husband or friend, or they really could have been on my side. They could have helped me in my business. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, Now I'm not, and it just is what the fuck it is. But shit, if you had an opportunity to offer me a contract, money, stability, a home, a vehicle, tracking me, shit, that don't fucking bother me. I ain't doing shit illegal, shit. I'm making sure I do everything by the book, legally, shit. If there's a loophole, shit, there's a loophole. Simple. It's just like, stop trying to do something to somebody that is going to outsmart you at the end of the day, because it's just like, how we do this. It's like the real games that you play is really getting you played, because it's like, I'm not participating. I'm just, reading the instructions, and it's just like, hey, you cutting corners and I'm not. So like, who's really getting hurt? It's you. And you're drawing more attention to you than what it is to me, but you're drawing the good attention to me due to the simple fact because you're ill intent. You got to understand, opposites attract. You're doing more ill, I'm doing more good. We're going to connect, but then it's going to be more like, hold up, we got to understand, how does this person do that? How do they do that? How do they know that? I want to work with them. I'm willing. Well, baby, now the fee went up, where I probably would have just charged you 1,000 or charge you 10,000 at that time. Shit, now we can charge way much more. Every time you got a question, this is not the amount of money I need from this department, this and this and this. Shit, the only thing I'm gonna look at your physical year, your finances, and how does that work? Oh, you need me to do what for this? Okay. Shit, I know everything requires. It's a numbers game. It's no different than fucking in the military. It's a numbers game. Shit, a lot of shit is hurry up and wait. I'm not fucking fit to cry about it. But however, it's like, stop trying to play this game and we're going to catch them off guard doing this. Or when they're walking up the street or something like that, we want you to try to go rob them, and we want you to try to beat them up and hurt them. And then it's like, why does this person stop? Because I'm anointed and I'm protected. I'm protected by the Most High. When I was pregnant and y'all did that shit that y'all did, y'all know it's fit to fall back on y'all. That is a lawsuit. That is personal injury. That is loss. That's intentional traumatizing. That's defamation of character that y'all put in my name in rooms and disrespecting me, and you don't even know me from a can of paint. You do not know me personally. Y'all sitting there going to people that are so-called family, cousins, and relatives and shit. They couldn't even tell you what the fuck my favorite color is, bro. Y'all listening to a person that was my ex-best friend, but shit, she was too busy fucking behind me. But hey, sororities and frats and stuff like that. Some of these frats, I'm hearing some of these frats, they like, hey, I don't want no parts of that. Actually, I can work with her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people that knows like, shit, my ass is not fit to be grass. I actually can work with her ass. And shit, how much money she asking for? Because shit, we can do this to do our business. Or y'all the ones that procrastinated. Like, this shit should have been done months ago. But it's like, y'all want, oh, we're going to keep her in that hotel and then we're going to try to figure out how to kick her out of it, or, you know, make her fall out of the program or some dumb shit. Like, do y'all job. Just because you jealous and you feel some kind of way and you trying to figure out something shit, it's not my fault that y'all stupid ass just do not know how to read fucking bank statements. Why don't you just tell them that? And it's like, you're getting more money than, you idiot. It's called credited. Look at where it's coming from. And it's just like, y'all trying to say I'm making more money than I'm what it is. I'm losing out on a chance of stability. I could be going back to college. I could be doing so much fucking shit and y'all fucking with it. Make it make sense. That's that.